The alien grey leader is working for the quartet, specifically Gabriella, who we can reasonably assume has placed this huntress in command of him. She holds Grant and Magda hostage, and she'll want to trade them for you. This suggests she'll keep them alive. At the same time, she wants me dead. He smiled. She's got a problem. Only if she is determined to get her hands on me, which would seem to be the arrangement she has made with Gabriella. She could, of course, renege and settle for killing you, in which case you have the problem. What do you suggest? Abandon Grant and Lenz to their respective fates. You've said yourself, the huntress will let them live for as long as she imagines they are a means of getting at you. Candidly, that's their best chance of staying alive. Then you should run away as far as possible. And spend what's left of my life wandering the universe like some latter-day Flying Dutchman, always looking over my shoulder, never knowing when Nemesis will put in an appearance. It's what you've been doing for decades. You are too old to change your ways. That's what you think, is it? You have pointed out that machines cannot think. All right. We'll move away, in plain sight, but we won't run. We'll take things slowly, Avon said brightly. What do you have in mind? Orac asked. Egilnaker and the Huntress must know by now that I won't attempt to rescue Grant and Magda from their clutches whilst they're securely held on board a formidable warship. Seeing us leave will surely suggest that I've run out of alternative ideas, so they'll have to come up with something to tempt me back into their game. My guess is they'll set a trap by appearing to release their prisoners. They'll dump them somewhere en route to the base. Then, when I turn up to spirit them away to freedom, they'll jump out of the shadows and ambush me. You have a lurid imagination, Orac said. We are agreed that the Huntress is persistent. She won't give up a very good chance of catching me out. Putting myself in her position, it's the kind of trap I'd set. And you are prepared to walk into it? Oh no, I intend setting a trap of my own. It will be a complete waste of time if you're wrong about this. Orac sighed. But what do you have in mind? Scan ahead of the warship. Find a likely planetoid or whatever that could attract the Huntress as a dumping ground. We'll get there ahead of her and loser wins. The Orac computer ticked like a clock. It might work, it said finally. The warship must leave the beyond for fear of interference from unpredictable outside forces. In deep space, a sufficient distance from the base to tempt you to launch a rescue mission, there is a likely place, an abandoned planetoid called Abyss. Avon was startled. Why would it be called that? Well, when we get there, we might find out. You're not afraid, are you? Orac chuckled. After all, Avon, you have stared into the abyss on a number of occasions. You're right about that, I suppose. My only concern is that this abyss might stare back. Shall I set a course? When it seems that we have fooled the opposition into thinking I've given up the chase and they lose sight of us, then set the course as fast as you like. Consider it done.